Dun, 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 dun.
I haven't played chess in a really long time, so this is a bit of a throwback, but it's a nice one. Even though I would say the reception with this film is a bit smaller. I mean, I can add, what am I doing? I'm adding to it, obviously. I'm helping you guys out if you've never heard of this film, which I'm assuming probably most haven't. It's called Critical Thinking. It's releasing on September 4th of 2020, so we got a little ways to go, just a couple weeks, but the filmmakers must be really happy because this one has been pretty delayed. Its first showing, which was scheduled for the 2020 South by Southwest Festival back in March. That's a ways back. It is a serious bump in the road, like many other films that got delayed. So there's many films that this can commiserate with. But it's finally coming out. I don't recognize the talent up front for this movie at first glance. I did see that the director, and well, I guess he's the lead actor too, John Leguizamo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. But he's got an extensive filmography, including a role in John Wick. I don't remember the character he played too well, but I guess I've seen some of his work. I may need to go back and be like, okay, what role were you? Probably, I'm guessing, a supporting actor. Or was he I think he was the mechanic, if I remember right. But he has taken on a director role here, so it's kind of a step-up elevation from supporting role. But he's taking on a director role for an award nominee for Vertical Entertainment. That's very interesting. I've covered a couple of their films before. In fact, I've seen, unless I'm missing one in my memory, I've seen one to this part. I say I've seen it loosely, because it's actually more just listening to it. The Professor and the Madman, I covered it twice. But the film was not as good as the trailer, I don't think. I might need to watch it. And I did try, but it ended up becoming more background noise than movie. I found myself probably about 10 minutes in cutting vegetables. Like, okay, whatever. I'll just listen to this in the background. I just didn't really get engaged with it. I mean, I tried, and I do like Mel Gibson. Sean Penn is very talented as well. But it just didn't get my fancy. So maybe I'll give it another chance someday. Not yet. Hopefully this one will be impressive, or a little more impressive than that one. There is some consistency. It is a film based on real life events, just like The Professor and the Madman, and it has a very interesting IMDb synopsis. The true story of the Miami-Jackson High School chess team, which was the first inner-city team to win the U.S. National Chess Championship. I've never covered a film before on this channel about a chess championship, so this is pretty fresh, but I do like original movies, so I am all game to check out the trailer for this one. But primarily, I do love biographical stories. I love projects that are inspired by real life. There's a resonation of those projects that you have more so, I would think, than most commercial films out these days, which is why I like a lot of smaller movies. So let's take a look at the trailer for Critical Thinking. As always, we're going to watch this first, and we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment plus watching the video together. Let's give it a look.
We got our own hot streak here in Miami.
This is going way back.
95.
We ain't got no milk.
Ain't getting none neither.
Hey, yo! Yo! Now, people, this is gonna be very basic for some of you. What you've got is 64 squares.
I was never the best chess player, by the way. I tried.
How rich or poor you are, what Ivy League school you may go, may not go to, because chess is the great equalizer.
Way to put a lot of pressure on your class.
So we need to start really considering if we're serious about what we're doing here or not.
That one kid that was sleeping on his desk was certainly not in the boat for chess. Probably gonna be a loss at his end.
And we won't be losing.
The
The board is fine spending $400 on footballs, but not with sending kids on a road trip to improve their minds.
You can have them playing
Really
marbles
crammed
for
them
all
all
I
in the
care.
trunk,
Let's
didn't
keep
you?
the bodies in the seats.
You're underestimating me, okay? And more importantly, them.
Well, the director's certainly a good actor in this case.
Kids like this from places like Dade County don't ever
It's like, I'm
make
no
it
longer in
to
a supporting role, so you should notice me.
Give up on them, let their parents give up on them, let the whole system give up on them. But you know what? I ain't, okay?
This moment right here is the happiest I've ever been in my life.
So you come in here bragging because you won a trophy? Play to win.
These kids have real potential.
My mom used to tell me, make something of myself.
I like what they're digging at here. It's more layered than just a chess tournament.
We coming for you.
All four of us.
Yo, we can be something special.
Just remember, your mind can be your weapon.
From the streets, we were summoned.
It's actually a really good title choice. I didn't think about that. You know, as much as you have to really think into the game of chess, it very much, you have to be engaged in it, because otherwise it's not going to work out well for you. But even I was going to say there's like a multitude of layers to this project, which I wasn't expecting, but it's also in the title too. I really like that choice, critical thinking. I mean, in this case, the chess championship and all that stuff itself is more of a surface level element, but when you reach down to the depth, it's the chess game is more an agent for the betterment, I would say, for these kids to actually be engaged critical thinkers, not just in game mode, but in life. That's very interesting. I like the direction of that. You know, I think we could all benefit from that in some way. Teaching kids good direction in life, and this is a great way to do it, right? And they had the comparison, in fact, in the trailer towards the ending, I think, where the lead character played by John Leguizamo, Mario Martinez is the character's name that he plays. Okay, but he was saying, like, when the gun came out, you're like, oh, that's an interesting term for chess. Like, is there a real rivalry here to the game? But no. But then he says, like, they're giving up on them, like their parents give up on them, like the system give up on them. He's using the chess game to better the future for these kids. That is a very good message. I really like that. You know, we've seen stories like that from time to time in movies too, and in life, obviously, with people trying different experiments out. And for this guy, because he's I'm guessing he's he's not just the chess proctor, I'd say, but he's one of the teachers, I'm guessing, at this high school. He's trying to mold his students into productive citizens and really give them a future, give them that launching point. That is a great message. And I can certainly see why that would be a lot of motivation for her to get so many award nominations. Did it win any? It's hard for me to tell because I'm looking at the poster, not in close-up, so it's hard for me to tell if it actually won anything. But at least it was going to air at some... Well, I guess it didn't because it was delayed. But it was going to air at some of the film festivals, so obviously people noticed the message, I'm sure, and were like, hey, that's a really productive message. That's great for an awards movie. Let's give it some focus. And I'm glad to do that, too. That looks like a very good movie. I would be very interested to watch that. And again, kind of get back in my chess days, which are so far back. I mean, I didn't get that far. I never got to the point where, you know, with the championships or the timers. I just played it for fun. But I was never really... If I ever won, it was probably because people let me win. I've never been the best. Maybe I'm forgetting it a couple times, but I've never been the biggest critical thinker in a lot of cases, especially when it comes to chess. So this might serve as a lesson for me, but it'd be nice to kind of get back to those olden days, remembering that, but seeing that there's more to the game than meets the eye, and I guess that's an idea that the film really wants to put out. But what do you guys think about critical thinking? I'm very intrigued by that. I knew I would be looking at the trailer and just giving it looks even before I went to cover it, but I'm very impressed. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are on critical thinking down below. Don't forget all the good stuff, like, subscribe, and that bell, and until our next project that reaches this level, I don't know what that'll be. Maybe it'll be another project that maybe doesn't reach that level, but still might be entertaining. Whatever film we get to watch together next, I will see you guys at that point. But until then, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves, your fellow man. God bless, and peace.